this motherfucker. It's crazy. I don't want this motherfucker thinking I'm finna break in his fucking brakes truck. Ladies and gentlemen, SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are getting people killed in San Jose, California, and they do not care about the general public. Their predictive policing is the reason one man shot 8 people and then himself at the VTA, and another man committed suicide. People aren't just killing people and committing suicide at the VTA by chance. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are highly involved in this. And I dare any one of them to challenge me because I have the proof of around-the-clock harassment with psychological warfare, forcing a person to kill his harassers and himself just to get peace, putting the general public in danger. That's what SJPD thinks about the general public. They put people in danger and ride around with their little one-headlight triggers to trigger the victim into a violent reaction, to make the victim want to kill himself or kill other people. SJPD knows exactly what they're doing. And they know it's going to happen again and again, just so they can hop on the news and try and pass gun laws. Make no mistake, more and more people will die in San Jose, California behind this program. You see this vehicle right here with the one-tail light? This is a domestic terrorist to trigger the victim into a violent reaction. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are involved in a death program called predictive policing. And they're getting people murdered and making people commit suicide, left and right. I have the proof right here. Right here, I have the evidence. Neighborhood Watch is getting paid good money to go around and harass people to the point of suicide and murder. Your local Neighborhood Watch and all your watch groups are domestic terrorists for SJPD. And I dare them to take the lie detector test. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are out here making people murder themselves and other people. Around-the-clock psychological warfare. Paying people in gift cards to go around and harass people. We have the proof, we have the evidence, and I'm telling you, more and more people are going to die behind this program. Because you can't harass a person around the clock with psychological warfare, and anytime they try and report it to the police, they gaslight them and tell them to take a psychological evaluation. So when the police are a part of it and they won't help you, what are you left to do? Kill your harassers and yourself just to get peace. And that's exactly what happened at the VTA. People are not committing suicide and killing people for no reason at all. And I have the proof right here. I have the proof right here. Because they do it to me too. But I'm not going to kill anybody. And I'm not going to commit suicide. Ladies and gentlemen, VTA, Neighborhood Watch, and SJPD are getting people killed with their predictive policing program, where they harass the victim 24/7 around the clock with psychological warfare. And when this person tries to go report it, they tell him to take a mental evaluation. So if the police that are a part of it will not help you, what are you left to do? There's nothing you can do except kill your harassers and kill yourself just to get peace. Make no mistake, that man had no mental illness. That's what they like to cover it up with, mental illness. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are murderers. And they're getting paid to murder people psychologically, making people do their dirty work. Now it's not the police killing people. They got the whole damn Neighborhood Watch going around harassing people to the point of suicide and murder. So they're paying off Neighborhood Watch to do their dirty work. People aren't just committing suicide for no reason. People aren't just killing people for no reason. Ladies and gentlemen, SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are getting people killed, making people commit suicide, turning Neighborhood Watch and all the local watch groups into assassins. Psychological assassins, harassing a person, and then when that person goes to report the harassment, they gaslight them with mental illness evaluations. And if you know the police are a part of it, and they're telling you to take a mental illness evaluation, then that's going to detour you from making the police report, because you already know they're going to write you down as mentally ill. So if you're not getting help from the police or no one else, what are you left to do? What are you left to do? The police aren't going to help you because they're a part of it. So you kill your harassers and then you kill yourself. That's the only way to get peace in this program that they've put us in. That's why the VTA man knew exactly who he was going to shoot. And he let some people go. He went straight to his harassers. His around-the-clock harassers. He knew exactly who he wanted to get, because they harassed him 24/7 every time he went to work. They workplace mobbed him and bullied him, messing with his vehicle, playing all types of head games, all types of harassment. I got the proof right here. And I dare him to try and challenge me, because it's right here. You can say I have a mental illness, but you can't say that to the camera. You can't say that to the video footage, SJPD. You can try and convince everybody in court, but let them see the video. Let them see all the videos, so they know that that man did not have a mental illness. You guys are going around fucking up people's legacies, harassing them to the point of suicide and murder, and saying they had a mental illness when they retaliate because you don't help them, because you're a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, SJPD, VTA, this vehicle with the one headlight, that one headlight is a trigger to trigger the victim into a violent reaction. It's right here, live. reaction. Because as long as you work for SJPD and you wear a badge, you can get people to harass people and force them into murder and suicide. As long as you work with Neighborhood Watch, you can get people to commit suicide and kill other people. And you just get away with it with a fat paycheck. You get a fat paycheck to drive people crazy with your little psychological warfare games. But I'm not going to kill anybody. And I'm damn sure not going to kill myself. Ladies and gentlemen, SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are getting people killed in their predictive policing program, where they harass the victim around the clock with psychological warfare to the point of murder and suicide. These people aren't just committing suicide for no reason, ladies and gentlemen. They drive around with one headlights and one taillights to trigger the victim into violent reactions. Therefore, the general public is in danger. They're putting the general public's safety at risk with all this harassment, and then trigger them with the one headlight and trigger them with the one taillight. Make no mistake, if you don't believe anything else, they definitely are putting the general public in danger. All your little surveillance tactics and harassment tactics, you guys are driving people crazy, getting in their internet, breaking into their homes when they're not there and messing stuff up, getting to their families and spreading propaganda, and ultimately making them commit suicide and murder or assault. While Neighborhood Watch and all your other watch groups get nice fat checks for driving people crazy to the point of suicide and murder. And if you don't believe it, I have the proof right here. 100% undeniable evidence that SJPD knows exactly what they're doing. And they know it's going to happen again and again and again. And just like the good old boys they are, they're going to be there to take care of it. They're going to be the heroes. The ones who started all this fucking bullshit, they're going to come save the day. The ones that are having Neighborhood Watch and all the other watch groups harass the person to the point of murder or suicide, those are the ones that are going to come save the day. The ones that are starting it all. Make no mistake, your tax money is going on, your taxpayers' money is going on murder. And SJPD is committing the murder by using Neighborhood Watch and all the other watch groups to psychologically terrorize people and gaslight them when they try and report it. Tell them they got mental illnesses. That way they detours them from reporting it. And then ultimately they have no other choice except to kill themselves and other people. Because this is how the program works. This is how the program is designed. It's designed for when you go report it, they'll tell you you have a mental illness to detour you from writing a report. And then you feel hopeless. You feel like you have no one to turn to. And you kill yourself and other people, particularly the people harassing you. That's exactly why the VTA man knew exactly who he was going for. And he let some people go. He went directly for his harassers and no one else. And I know this because they have me in this program. But I'm not going to commit murder and I'm not going to commit suicide. You got me fucked up, SJPD. and Neighborhood Watch, you guys are not going to make me commit suicide or murder. You guys are not going to make me commit suicide and murder. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are making people kill themselves and other people in this program called predictive policing. It is a murder program, a psychological murder program, where they harass the victim around the clock with psychological warfare to the point of murder and suicide. And I know this because they have me in the program, and I have over 10 years of fucking footage. 10 years of psychological harassment. Right here on footage. Undeniable evidence. Not no mental illness bullshit, so I dare you to challenge the footage, SJPD. I dare you to challenge the footage because I have it. You can tell me I got a mental illness. You can tell everybody else I have a mental illness. But try telling it to the footage, SJPD. How about you guys take a lie detector test, SJPD? Take a lie detector test, SJPD. Or just come out and admit that you know what's going on. And tell the people that more people are going to die behind this program. Because that's what this program is designed to do. Force a person into suicide or murder or assault. While Neighborhood Watch and all these other watch groups get a nice check. And I have the evidence. I have the proof. So why don't you guys correct yourselves and quit fucking up the VTA guy's legacy by saying he had a mental illness. You want to say that man had a mental illness to cover your shit up. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch. So why don't you come look at the footage, SJPD? Why don't you come look at your handiwork? All your years of harassment. I have it right here on the SD card. Could make a damn documentary with it. Come on, SJPD, why don't you tell everybody how you're getting people killed? How you guys, you and Neighborhood Watch, VTA, and all those other organizations are getting people killed. I dare anyone to challenge me on it. On your good old boys. Your police that will never harm anybody. Your loyal, your hero police. Come see what your hero police do. And then cover it up with a smile on their face. Or blame the victim. Like the victim was mentally insane. If he was mentally insane, it's because you guys drove him that way. This is the courthouse. We are at the courthouse, ladies and gentlemen, and across the street is the federal building. I don't know how much battery power I have left. But, quick little rundown of today. You know, I got some good rest in. So I said, fuck it, man. I didn't feel like protesting. And as if they thought, they read my fucking mind. A dude comes in a motorhome and backs up into my shit. Backs up into my van. And gets out with the gaslighting. So that was like a sign from God, like, get your ass out there, man. And fucking protest on these motherfuckers, man. I don't know how much battery power I got left up. We'll go until it runs out. Look at the goofball over there. Ladies and gentlemen, SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are getting people killed in their program called Predictive Policing, where they harass the victim around the clock with 24 hours of psychological warfare. And then when the victim tries to report it, they gaslight him and try and write him off as mentally ill. So if the police that are part of this, when you report it and they call you mentally ill, what are you left to do when you have no one to help you? When you have no one to help you because the police are a part of it and they gaslight you and tell you you're mentally ill, who do you have to help you? No one but yourself. And like the VTA man did, he committed suicide, but before he committed suicide, he killed 8 other people. This is what this program is designed to do. Make the victim kill himself, kill other people, or assault. And they get paid. They get paid to get money while Neighborhood Watch get their little checks for going around and harassing people to the point of suicide and murder. And make no mistake, people aren't just waking up that work at VTA and committing suicide. People aren't just waking up and saying, I want to go kill people. Then they try and cover it up and say the man had mental illness. The only mental illness that man had was 24-hour psychological warfare around the clock. And the only reason I know is because they have me in this program. And I have over 10 years of proof. Following me around with one headlight and gaslighting me when I ask them why are they following me. They're telling me their headlights work. I've been stabbed by someone who got out of a vehicle with one headlight. And now one headlights are following me everywhere. I asked the police, do they know anything about these vehicles following me around with one headlight? And they tell me no. So if the police are telling me that they don't know these people, yet they won't help me, what is that supposed to make me think? How is that supposed to make me feel? Helpless, right? Helpless, like no one's gonna help me, right? So I have to help myself. And I kill 8 other people and then I kill myself. That's why the VTA man did what he did. Not because he had a mental illness. They are disrespecting that man's legacy and stepping all over that man's legacy with propaganda and lies and cover-ups. And I have the evidence. And anytime you try and report it, they tell you you have a mental illness because you don't know who these people are. So I'm supposed to know all these people following me around with one headlight. I'm supposed to know these people, and if I don't know them, when I report them, I have a mental illness. This is why people are dying in the masses. This is why people are waking up and committing suicide. Because of this predictive policing program that SJPD is top of. They're ahead of it, and they know exactly what they're doing because they participate in it. And then when the victim retaliates because no one helps them, they call them mentally ill on the news. And that's bullshit. Because everybody goes with what the police say. If the police said it, it's true. And they know that. They know psychologically, you look at that blue uniform and that badge, and you believe everything. But you don't even know, like they're the top of the murder and the suicide out here. They're ahead of it. They know exactly what they're doing, and I got the evidence. I got 100% undeniable evidence that you can't say is mentally ill. You can't call the footage mentally ill. You can call me mentally ill. You can convince everybody that I'm mentally ill. But you cannot convince them that the footage is mentally ill. The footage don't lie. SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are murderers. They are psychologically harassing people around the clock to the point of murder and suicide. Because whenever they try to report what's going on, because the police are a part of it, they tell them to take a mental illness evaluation to deter them from writing the report. Because they already know they're going to check them and write them off as mentally ill. So why go through the bullshit? If they're not going to help you, you got to help yourself. So that's why people are committing suicide and committing murder. They want peace. Nobody wants to be harassed 24 hours around the clock psychologically. You take one of those SJPD officers and harass them around the clock. They'll be the first ones to commit suicide. Probably kill their wives, their fucking family, and everybody. But they spread this harassment out to the public. They push this harassment to the public and put the general public in danger. Anybody who thinks that the SJPD cares about you, general publicly, you're highly mistaken. You're just spoils of war if anything happens. A necessary spoil of war, that's all you are. Probably a pay number too. They probably get paid off your death. Because they get paid off for our deaths. They get paid off the targeted individual's death. The people they stick in predictive policing, they know. They know undeniably that the worst is going to happen with some of us. Maybe some of us won't do anything because I know I'm not committing murder or suicide. But everybody can't take this harassment. Everybody can't go through 24-hour around-the-clock psychological warfare. And if you think I'm lying, you try a week of it. You try a week of this program that they have us in. And you'll be lucky if you don't commit suicide or kill one of them. Make no mistake, SJPD, VTA, and Neighborhood Watch are involved in a domestic terrorist program called predictive policing, where they harass the victim around the clock with psychological warfare, forcing that victim to commit suicide or kill other people or both. And I have the evidence right here, 10 years of it. That's exactly why the VTA man knew exactly who he was going for. He passed some people up, those were the people who didn't harass him. He went straight for the people who harassed him. And I know that for a fact. Nobody's gonna kill innocent people, especially no one going through this program. That would be a waste of people, especially not knowing how long that person been going through the harassment. There's no way in the world you're gonna get at an innocent person. You're gonna go get at your harassers, the ones that fucked your life up for SJPD and got a nice paycheck for it. And still they're making careers out of driving people crazy. Alright, chill out. Motherfuckers. I gotta charge up my batteries. That motherfucker went out on me. They mad as shit too. I was getting evil eyes like a motherfucker. Chill. Alright, chill. I'm gonna get to y'all comments like this, man. See if it Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, SJPD, when people killed, that's what they do. Now they can do it without doing it themselves. Like they literally got the fucking neighborhood watch killing. I guess they, that Black Lives Matter shit got them spooked. They hiring a whole new. They don't want it. They want the neighborhood to do their work. And when they get caught, eventually, eventually a lot of them are gonna die, man. That's just the way, that's the way it works. Eventually, and that's the way it's designed to work. They know everybody ain't gonna crack and kill nobody, but they know that statistically, out of a certain amount of people, you're gonna have to start throwing some statistics out there. Because everybody ain't gonna deal with it the same. And that's just like anything else. If you punch somebody in the face, for instance, if you punch someone in the face, everybody's reaction isn't going to be the same if you punch them in the face. Everybody's reaction is not going to be the same. And that's all they're doing. Psychologically, they're punching us in the face. Psychologically, they're punching us in the face. Eventually, especially a person that don't know what they're going through. A person that don't know what they're going through, man.
future ain't gonna be the same. And the police know that. Like, they literally are fucking getting away with that, and they know it. Like, and they can go to sleep at night and don't have to worry about, like, this is federal shit. Like, this is a federal charge, but they don't have to worry about that. The same tactics they use when they shoot unarmed people. 9 times out of 10, they don't ever have to worry about that. All they have to do is cover it up. Internal affairs, all that shit you see on the movies about internal affairs really being against the police, 100% bullshit. Them motherfucking friends, they've been on the force for a long time. The blue wall is still in effect. They never tore down the blue wall. That's still, the blue shield or whatever they call it, that's still in effect. So, if you think that a person that's a part of the same fucking organization that lived and died for the same fucking thing and that have been brainwashed that, people are criminals, like, not to listen to what they say they're criminals. Like, these are domestic terrorists. Like, these are domestic terrorists. Hands down. No fights, bro. These are domestic terrorists, man. That's all I can say. And more people will die. More people will die. And SJPD knows it. And all the other police counties, they know it. More people are gonna die. And I'm gonna be right there to say, not I told you so. I'm not gonna say I told you so. I'm just gonna say I said it would happen. I said it would happen, my friend. I'm not psychic. Every other targeted individual, everybody else on here that's a targeted individual knows that more people are gonna die. Just this year alone behind this program. I don't know the exact number, but just this year alone, I'm pretty sure we're up there with 5. I mean, minus the 8. Minus the 8 people. Well, I guess you can't really minus them. You can't really minus them. So if you do it like that, man, that's well over 12 people just this year dead behind this program. And the same people that's fucking going out and making this shit happen, getting nice checks. And then the fucking other ones, they get nice gift cards. I mean, don't get me wrong. Gift card ain't worth nobody's life. But, for a motherfucker that ain't got shit, $100 gift card, man. And then you're getting it repetitive. You're getting it, like, constantly. Man, you can get all the drugs you want. Get some food. Get a change of pants. Whatever. bad. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get one. Like no shade over here. Another obvious goofball. Watch this. Watch. Another obvious goofball. Son of a gun. Hey, they harass us so much with motorcycles, the dogs don't even like the motherfuckers. Like, they bark at every fucking motorcycle. bus where all the workers, at Google. That's the Google bus. They pick up all the Google workers, all the the ones that don't drive. Now, they knew I was gonna come here. They knew I was gonna come here. And you know how they knew I was gonna come here? You know how I know they knew? Well, I know that anyways, but whenever I come, there's either a scooter, or a bike right there. See that bike? They got scooters like that too that have GPS on it. So, that's also, a tracking device. That's, if you notice those by your, if you ever notice those by your vehicle, like when you get out and then you come back and you see one of those, it's because it lets the perps know exactly where you are. Each bike has a fucking number, a serial number, whatever you want to call it. So, Alright, let's see what's going on. Hey, what's up, UK? Blessing. What time is it in the USA? It's 4:12 right now. Hey, back at you, Truth. All targets to take, Stan. Says, yeah, I mean, that's the best. I think that's the best way we're gonna get, I mean, it's one of the best ways. Probably not the, but it's a better way to break out of the box that they have with you. You gotta remember, damn near everybody or anybody that we try and tell, like they've already, they touch these people way before, before they make this program overt on us, like secretly, they contact everybody we know. You might have been with a family member and just seen somebody coming up, approaching, like maybe asking you if you need some lawn work done, real friendly type of motherfuckers. You need some lawn work done, and whoop. And then, pull her to the side, pull whoever to the side, and start whispering that poison in their ear. Next thing you know, your friends, your family, everybody takes part in this shit. In secret. In motherfucking secret. And you gotta think, right? And this is no disrespect, I'm just speaking in general. This is Big Brother we're talking about. So, say your mother had an affair. Just say your mother had an affair on your father. And they were still married, they're still together. Your father didn't know. And the person that your mother had an affair with was somebody that the feds sent at her. So, the feds send this guy to your mom. She has an affair on your dad. The feds come to your mom and do a little spill about you. And your mom says she doesn't want to participate. Oh, you don't want to participate? Well, we have these pictures right here. We can tear your whole family up. And I know it might sound like something from a movie, but this is the type of shit they do. They poison the communities with bullshit, threats, and money. Now ask yourself, hey, and this doesn't have to be an affair situation. It doesn't have to be any particular situation. Like, it could be any situation that's blackmailable. Do you think that we're just using the adultery right now? Do you think that your mother would rather tell your dad she had an affair on him, if she regrets it and she really sincerely loves your dad and doesn't want to lose him? Do you think she would rather do that, or do you think it would be easier for her to just fucking damn near like prank you, or fucking, it seems like a prank, just do this and then tell him you don't know what he's talking about? Probably to them that doesn't seem harmful. I know myself. I would just fucking own it, man. I would just have to fucking own what I did. If it's that serious to where you're gonna fucking blackmail me and force me to fucking, hell nah. Fuck. God sees him though, man. God sees him. And they'll be dropping. Bad things will happen to them. Why the fuck? I'm in the UK. Let me see. Sorry, it keeps messing my thing up, you guys. Okay, in UK, I'm already on gang stalking to trigger me. Yeah, they're definitely, that trigger shit is real, man. As much as people, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of fucking people that are triggered every day, and they don't even know what, like, they don't know the science of it. Like, they don't know that they're being triggered. It's especially like the targets and shit, like the targets that don't know they're being targeted. Just imagine how long it took you to find out that you were a targeted individual. Now imagine how long you've been in the program, and then imagine that you've been in the program as long as you have, not knowing that you are a targeted individual. You're gonna run into a brick wall. You're definitely gonna run into a brick wall. And what I mean by that, you're gonna kill somebody, you're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna assault somebody, or you're gonna blow a fucking head gasket and go crazy. It's what the program is designed to do. And this is the type of shit that we gotta point out to these people, man. Like, especially, like, the number one thing we gotta point out to them Because that seems to be the number one question is why don't you call the police? Why don't you get the police? Like, we literally gotta stipulate that they are a part of it. And that when you do try and report it, they write you off mentally ill. That's the key thing, man, because they're gonna keep like as long as that part isn't exposed, that's how they're gonna keep winning. Is by calling us fucking mentally ill. That's how they're gonna stay on top. Like, we literally have to make people see like this is, and you know, it's once you know, people just, you know, crazy people at that, like, you're not gonna get a bunch of crazy people that know exactly what they're going through. Like, you're not gonna do that. So that whole mental illness thing, you know, I feel they will do it though. If you let them, if they take you, like, they will fucking take you. But that whole mental illness thing is to fucking scare you into not fucking reporting it. It's to fucking scare you, man. And I, you know, at one, you know, I was at the, you know, I wasn't gonna do that shit. Like, but you know, it got to the point to where I was just like, fuck it, man. I don't, you know, I don't care what happens. You feel me? Like, it got to that point, and you know, once I started, you know, somewhat researching it and seeing how to protest, what you can do and what you can say during protesting and shit. Like, they can't lock you up for that. They can't lock you if you're speaking facts and there's science behind what you speak and you have your own opinion, even though we know what's going on, you know, it's considered our opinion and we're allowed to voice our opinion in the public. Just like we're allowed to take photos of buildings and shit, and they try and tell us fucking, you know, you can't do that or you'll go to jail until somebody comes out and tells them, like, nah, they can do it. You know, everything is to detour you. If they can bluff you, they can beat you, in other words. So if I can tell this man not to take pictures of the building, and he goes for it, I fucking win. Just like if I tell this target to take a mental evaluation or tell them they're mentally ill and detour them from making a police report, or detour them from coming to report it because they don't want to take a mental evaluation, then I've won. And, you know, being a targeted individual, you know, being a targeted individual, we kind of lean towards staying on the safe side of things, if you will. Like, we don't want to put ourselves out there to be fucking harassed more or fucking taken to jail or any of that. So, you know, they pretty much win, and they know the psychological facts of the shit. You know, they know the psychological values and how to work us, like, mentally. Like, they know how to work us to the point of fucking submission, if you will. Until we just break out of it, man. And, you know, if you ask me, it's no better time to break out of it than right now. Like, with all the fucking bullshit going on. You know, I would highly recommend everybody, even if you gotta do it on a buddy system, if you don't feel comfortable doing it by yourself, you know, go with a loved one that supports you, or go with another targeted individual. Don't go just with anybody, but, you know, go with another targeted individual, or a loved one, or a spouse, and fucking expose it, but expose it with facts. Expose it, like, point out certain shit. You feel me? Point out the shit that's going on so people can fucking, so it can click. Cause, you know, people, especially out here, people are wondering why the fuck they're seeing all these cars with one headlight. there's no way, if I was driving around and I didn't know anything about this program, I would trip the fuck out at how many new cars got one headlight. The first one, the second one, the third one, that could be a factory defect. But when you see all these fucking one headlights, man, I mean, come on, man. And it's not just once a week. It's not once a week, couple of times a week, 3 times a week. It's all fucking day, every day. The one headlights alone in itself is a hell of a fucking psychological warfare fucking action. Like, and then when a person confronts you and you give them a creepy smile, like you don't know what they're talking about or what are you talking about, like, it psychologically makes you think, okay, these people are up to no good. Because they're not admitting that they're following me. They're not acknowledging that they have a one headlight, though every time they get behind me. So all these people that don't acknowledge they have a one headlight just so happen to be getting behind me and shit. You see, like, uneducated. No. Come on, you gotta get out. An uneducated mind about this program. Fuck. Everybody on this channel right now, everybody that hears me, if there was ever anything that you thank God for, which I mean, pretty much everything that God does is worthy of being thankful, but the one thing you better be thankful for is knowing what you're going through, knowing that this is a program that you're in, and this isn't your head, this isn't, you're not going crazy, because there are people literally out there going crazy right now, and they believe that it's them, and they get tricked into taking medication, and that fucks off the rest of their fucking psychological life, at least. Sometimes I be going by them crazy homes, no disrespect, but the mentally ill homes, I guess, and seeing all those people like fucking putting cigarettes all up to their fucking lips hella slow, and fucking lipstick drawn all over their face, and hella makeup caked on their face, or just fucking, it's really fucked up, man, and it makes you wonder, like, how many of these people were normal before they got experimented on? Because all those people, I know for a fact, all those people weren't born like that. Something in their life clicked them over. Hands down, whether it was drugs, harassment, psychological fucking, psychological warfare, pills, experimentation, government experimentation. But, that's not natural. Like, the way those people are, like, that's not natural, man. And it's really spooky to see some of them, like, especially the ones with the makeup on and caked up on and shit. Like, they really look like they look like kids, but they're adults. Like, the actions are like kid actions, like maybe playing with a fucking 38 years old with fucking hella makeup on your face, like red lipstick fucking smeared and shit all over the fucking place, and you fucking putting cigarettes up to your fucking face to puff on it hella slow and shit, like you fucking hands. It's not funny. It's just fucking like, and they all like a lot of them like they do the same shit. It's like they're stuck in this fucking, like they're stuck in their head, like they're stuck in their head, man. And I know for a fact, you know, I can't prove it, of course, but I know the government is behind a lot of those fucking people, man. A lot of those disabilities and mental illnesses is government shit. You know, they could stick us in a mental ward right now and pop some pills in us, shoot us with a little bit of liquid, whatever fucking concoction they put, and we'd be a whole different person for the rest of our lives. Like our mind wouldn't even be able to compute how silly we look. Like, our mind wouldn't even compute that. Like embarrassness, like what, like we wouldn't even be embarrassed of it because our mind wouldn't fucking, it wouldn't work. It'd be fucking possessed by pills and fucking whatever else concoction. Crazy, man. Then they stick you in a fucking oh man, they stick you in a what's that, Victorian house. Fucking 10 bedrooms, 20 mentally ill people, all got their own issues. You know, all got their own different pills. They do drugs. They let them out. They let them out to wander the night. They let them out because, you know, if something happens to them, they get all that money. Slumlord, you know, San Jose, all those mentally ill places, complete fucking slumlords, man. They take all those, you know, they take all the mentally ill people's money and shit, and they give them their own food, like that, the food that they get donated to them and shit from like the stores. Like stores be having outdated food and shit that they'll deliver, or food that's about to outdate, and they'll deliver it to them, like that non-profit shit, and they'll deliver it and give it to the fucking you know, they'll give it to the people, and then, you know, the slumlords take all their fucking money and say, well, we feed you, so that's for that. You know, we house you. That's not. This isn't including your rent, though. You know, it comes to the point where they get a $5 allowance every fucking paycheck, and they keep the rest. I'm telling you, in San Jose, money is fucking the most evilest. Money is the most evilest commodity, if you will, in San Jose. Clowns, I tell you. Clowns. And trying to make me feel left out with that fucking decorated toilet paper. Decorated toilet paper. That's your American flag. No disrespect to anybody.